我先介绍一下 Olga Marina， 她是来自莫斯科，出生在一个教师家庭，她爸爸是教手风琴的老师，然后她就是从青少年开始就非常的有活力，学过很多东西，她学过音乐、运动、武术和体操。哇哦！对，然后其实她在以前就是上大学的时候，她差一点就去学那个音乐剧表演了，差一点。对，然后他是从07年开始先学了 Lindy Hop， 然后后面才学了 blues 和Balboa，然后就是目前的话，其实 Olga 就是他是一个在欧洲非常就是大家都很喜欢，很多大师都很喜欢他跳的一个 solo， 包括像美国的一些老师就是私底下问过这个，然后他还有一个自己线上的一个课程叫 I Solo Balboa， 大家应该都知道，对，这个非常好，强烈推荐。对，然后我觉得就是挺难得的，因为像宝宝是一个非常专注于双人舞，然后 follow 一个持续跟随的角色，但是他能够创造出这样的一个体系就很不容易。然后这个是 Olga 的这个，然后接下来我会介绍一下我们的 Andreas，Awesome。对，然后他是来自瑞典，他自小是在摔跤垫上长大的，他是一个半职业的那个摔跤手。然后就是在成为一个全职的老师，摇摆舞老师之前呢，他是海洋考古学家。然后他曾经就是因为他的这个专业，就是他的这个职业，他还到过重庆，就是他们有一个项目。成都。然后他是从01年开始接触 Lindy Hop， 然后在04年开始大概时间开始学习Balboa。然后像 Andreas 他大家现在是更多的以Balboa老师的一个身份认识他的。其实他的力也非常的厉害，他是那个瑞典国家Lindy舞队的一员。对，所以就是这个身份就大家都懂了啊。然后他除了就是在教学上的一些就是工作之外，他也专注于一些就是摇摆舞设计的一些组建。他是那个snowball比赛的类似于比赛组长的这种职位，然后他同时也是 DJ 组长。然后就是像最近小范围流行 Bola， 他也是 Bola 的一个组织者之一。推荐给大家。对，然后应该在座的同学应该都学过那个包炫吧？就包炫的话也是我们的 Olga 她编的一个编舞。sorry， 对。然后他就是相对于比如说。他是一个非常就是具有个人风格的一个Balboa舞者，然后至于他如何成长成为这样的一个风格，他是怎么去学习，他是怎么就他的大师之路是如何走出来的，我们待会儿就是会一点点的去跟他聊这件事情。好，然后我们再次热烈的欢迎。Yeah, okay, we will start with Olga. It's like how did you start to dance Balboa?
Alright, did you say that I started Lindy first?
Yes.
I don't know your introduction. So I started actually with Lindy Hop first, and then I had some blues period of my life, and then after blues there was a Balboa. That's my latest, biggest passion. And it's actually started by one dancer coming up to me and said, "Olga, why don't we compete together in Balboa division?" I'm like, "What? I've never taken any classes in Balboa." I'm like, I dance Lindy Hop and blues, but Balboa maybe social dancing a little bit. And he's like, no, but we can try. So we tried straight away competing together with that person. So my Balboa journey begins there. Yes, so just a person approaching and asking me to compete in a Balboa division.
Yeah, and I know it was in a blues dance floor, right?
No, it was, I think, on a Lindy Hop floor or something. Yes, so we danced with this person, Lindy Hop, and then he liked probably the connection, and then he said, yeah, but you follow, so you'll be fine with Balboa, I'll teach you something. And then basically a month after, we competed in one of the Russian competitions. Yes, and we even were in the finals, so I was very proud. Yeah, and then my journey, yeah, we didn't win anything. No, nothing like that. Yeah, but this is how it started. So we trained, and then I started traveling a lot and learning at international festivals in Europe. But I've never taken any regular classes. So it was teaching, learning from the festivals, and then just by training with a partner, and then competing. Yes.
And how about you, Andreas?
I started with Lindy Hop too, and I was in this performance group in Sweden. We did a lot of Swedish Lindy Hop style in the beginning of 2000, very different. A lot of aerials, very different way of dancing. But I looked, and this was pre-YouTube. Pre-YouTube, it didn't exist. But there was some black and white footage that existed that you could look at California dancers. And I'm like, they look cool, you know, like you notice that there's something else going on, some other kind of movement, some other kind of connection. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. But I didn't know exactly what was Balboa and what was Lindy Hop. I just saw California style of dancing. So I fell in love with that. And back then, there were no classes in Sweden, no festivals, really. There was sometimes Sylvia came and gave a taster. Like 1 hour taster, doing quick, slow, you know. So I started by learning by myself. It was very slow. You're lucky.
Yeah, you have YouTube, you have teachers, you have festivals, right? And you didn't have, you had like black and white footage.
After a few years, I'm really grateful for the teachers that came from the US in the beginning, you know. They came over and they were teaching us. And eventually there were some festivals in Europe, maybe 2 festivals, and we went to them all the time. And very small community, but it grew. And I can't believe that the amount of festivals we have all around the world now. It's so different. It really exploded. It's beautiful, but very, very small in the beginning. I have to translate it.
Do you have to translate?
No, we don't do it.
You don't yet.
I mean, I'm very nervous now.
It's okay. We're together.
Thank you. So do you remember who is your first Balboa teacher?
My first Balboa teacher.
Yeah.
I think it might actually be 2002, Sylvia.
Wow.
There was an event in Stockholm around New Year, before snowball existed. There was a workshop that was organized, and Sylvia did a taster in Balboa. I think that was the first one. I don't know, but there were a lot of Annelene Ballard from France. They were teaching. They were one of my first teachers. Joel and Alison Price from San Diego. You don't know them anymore. But Randy and Clara from San Francisco. You should look them up on YouTube. Amazing dancers. So a lot of good dancers that you don't see anymore, actually. But they were teaching.
Cool. Okay, as you talked about, you didn't learn Balboa directly from the old timer, from the first generation.
how to navigate that. Yeah, I think it's an interesting question that we both can answer from different directions. I think, for me, I understood that, okay, I am learning a dance that is not mine, you know, and it's a California dance, very local American California dance, with old-timers still alive, you know. And I went to Bobby McGee's. I went there and I met all the, you know, and I was like, you know, very nervous just seeing them, and I danced, but it was very different. So I understood that, okay, this is not my territory. I'm a foreigner in many respects, you know. I'm not even American. And they were very, 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 for them it's very important that the dance is preserved, but also dance in a specific way. You hear Sylvia talking about it, for example, and Nick. For me, I realized that, but I also realized that I need to take this dance and make it my own dance. You know, you need to bring your own authentic self. I can't just copy. If I copy, it's not going to be good dancing, because dancing is a self-expression. It's a balance, right? You have to be very careful I need to learn the basic, I need to understand the movements, but I also need to interpret them and put it into my own body. And somewhere in the middle, they meet, you know. So it's the way I think about it is like, learn the basic and then trust that your body will interpret them in a way that fits your way of moving, in your way of listening to the music. So, because if you copy too much, but but at the same time, if you bring a lot of too many elements in from blues, tango, or Lindy hop, the dance kind of falls apart. So look at the history, but go your own way.
Thank you.
I mean, if you look at old-timers, they probably also were like expressing themselves. They were not looking up to somebody. The ones that were there at the origin of the dance, yes, they were also creating things. They were creators, right? So, and then just blindly copying them doesn't, there's no need of doing this. It's important to look at them and to learn the basics, to know classic moves, to know the origin, but then as everything needs to evolve, the dance also will evolve, and we are the ones who influence, and you are as well the ones who influences in your own way, yes? So that I totally agree with you. We take inspiration from the old-timers, but then we kind of being like respectful and true to the roots, we take the dance to a new level, yes? Yeah, because like if you really compare like the old-timers and then the new-timers, then I think that technically speaking, we developed the dance a lot. I think that became, I don't know if I can judge, because I haven't danced with a lot of old-timers, and then by the time when I was dancing, they were already pretty like aged, yes, so, but I think that we developed the comfort and the efficiency in some sort of way as well, yeah. But I think you learned a little bit from old-timers, right? I personally learned only from Dean Raftery, because he was alive, but not much, so it was already when we were in California Balboa Classic, maybe. Yeah, that he was teaching at Balboa, and then somebody was assisting him, and I think that these are the classes that I remember that I learned from. At least the old-timer was present, and I think you took more classes, right, from Dean Raftery and other names.
Dean Raftery and Ray Cunningham, Slow Balboa
people.
They used to come to Europe a lot in the beginning of 2000. So they were there. They came and so I took a lot of classes from them. But I look at the videos today and I learn new stuff. The same videos from that time, because back then I too new to the dance to understand. So really, it's important to go back, to the videos too. Yeah, I mean, and you guys, when you're learning the dance now, I would really like to look at the videos. This is a good way, actually. Look at the videos, see something that is inspiring to you, that they do. Put that into your dancing. Look 15 minutes, take it in. And then another day, look another 15 minutes and take it in. You know, so you have a process where you don't have to do exactly what they do, but take elements and put it in. That's a good way in the beginning. And then take classes, and you can ask anyone who your teachers who work a little bit more with them and have them teach a little bit more, a little bit more details. But just taking inspiration is good enough. It's a good start. It doesn't need to be a 2-hour study and breaking down every single move. It can just be a little bit, I think.
It's a good way to self-motivate it. It's actually watching old-timers do and trying to understand and yeah. But again, it's for us it's inspiration, and then we try to develop it, try to create something new on the basis.
So, speaking of the slow bob, how is your experience dancing slow bob?
We love it. Yeah. What do you mean exactly? What's our experience?
Like how do you describe the feeling of it, and what do you think is the difference between like Balboa or swing
And slow Balboa.
Yeah, it's interesting. Slow Balboa for me started as a practice because I knew that if I dance to slow music, I can improve my rhythm because I need to be precise if I dance slow, right? So it didn't start as a way of doing. I wasn't interested in slow Balboa. I wasn't interested in improving my Balboa. It makes sense. And then I fell in love with. I started to go back more and more, and then eventually, okay. So because slow Balboa only had Dean Raftery and Nancy, Dean and Nancy Raftery, and then you have Laminu a little bit later, late 40s, early 50s, with Ray Cunningham. It's not a lot of information. So the question is slow Balboa done slowly, or slow Balboa dance of its own? Is it, it's a swing dance, we know that, but in a way it has a lot of in common with other like ballrooming, like ballroom blues, 1-step and 2-step movement, you know. So for me, when I'm an archaeologist, right? I think a little bit like an archaeologist sometimes because I try to see not only to what we have in the shape of old-timers, but also what the context of the dance is. You know, it's a swing dance. That means that it doesn't have a lot of, this going on all the time, except if the music says so, you know. It's a dance that can be on the spot or travel. If it travels, we use bigger steps. If it's more on the spot, it's smaller, you know. And then you have the old timers, and Dean has his way. It's very rhythmical, very flowy, and a lot of rhythms. And Ray and the Laminu is a bit more accentuated, you know. So I try really like what is the pieces here? What's the context and what's the pieces? And this is what I try to do. And then, of course, when you open it up and do turns, then it becomes more like Balboa done slowly. So it's a mix. The hard thing is to try to keep it authentic to the style, but also develop it, because we have to. Because it's very, only two old couples, timers, it's too fragmented, too small, I think. What do you say?
Yeah, I once took an interview from Lila Dezatov. If you know, Lila Dezatov was the second wife of Willie Dezatov, the old-timer. And then she told me that he called, or basically not only Willie, but other old-timers called slow Balboa triple-step Balboa. Yes, because you know that we triple-step a lot in slow Balboa, yeah? Because the music is so slow, we have time for different rhythms, and triple steps is one of the most common rhythms. Yeah, so this is a very interesting approach, like a triple-step Balboa, yeah? But for me personally, it's a separate dance. It has a lot of similarities with Balboa, connection-wise, and then of course we use similar figures, and the way we create stretches, and connection, very similar. But because it's danced to so much slower swing, you have more time to appreciate certain moments, like the connection, for example, yeah? Also because I'm coming from blues background, I really love slow dancing. And in blues, I think blues helps me a lot to dance slow Balboa because I learned how to move very slowly and continuously, but still move, you know? Yeah. So it's like you still have this flow, and you can really like move slowly, non-stop, you know? So it helps me a lot in slow Balboa, the blues background. Yes, and then I like all of this because we have time to play with rhythms. I love it. And then the subtlety that you can feel. I mean, you feel the subtlety in fast Balboa, but like I said, you have more time to appreciate it. Yeah, more in slow Balboa. Yeah. Do you dance slow Balboa?
Yes.
If you don't, we're going to give 2 or 3 actually classes tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Right, Silon? Yeah. So please come, and we're going to do the basic, but also more advanced ideas. Yeah. So how to play with rhythms. Yeah. And we take lots of inspiration from both, from Dean's Raftery, slow Balboa, and from Craig Cunningham, Laminu step. And try to just, like shake and not stirred, and then just try to, put our own souls into that, our own energy into that.
Cool, thank you for the advertisement. Okay, then also I've got a question about like what Balboa attract you most? What Balboa attract you most? What does Balboa attract you most? Yeah.
What's the most appealing in Balboa? Yes, what appeals to you in Balboa?
You can start.
Okay. All right. I already mentioned the connection because this is one of the first things. I always say that Balboa, especially close position Balboa, is like hugging to the music. This embrace is so comfy, it's so cozy, and I really love it. You know what I mean? The sensation of being close to a person, intimate, but without any sexual connotation, but just like being there, truly being present with this person, and really find them is the best way to connect, so you can feel all little things, I really love it. And then I like the flow of Balboa. And for me, there's 2 kind of directions of the flow in Balboa. There's lots of this, lots of rotational, like, when the leader sends you turns, and you're like, woo, turning. And then there's this motion, when you go away and towards your partner, out and in motion, And then this is also very specific for Balboa. In Lindy Hop, we don't have it, right? In a way, like away and close person, away and close, constant. In blues, no, right? But in Balboa, this is very typical. And I like it, how we naturally flow closer to a person, and then away, and then again close, and then away, and this constant movement. Yeah, that's what I love. Yeah. What about you?
I'm one of those that I like all swing dancing. I like the music a lot.
Yeah.
So I like shag, I like St. Louis shag, I like to dance blues. I like, if I take a Electro Liner shag, I can do a little bit of that. Lindy internationally sometimes, but mostly back home in Stockholm these days. So, in a way, I'm happy as long as I get to dance. However, I do like Balboa for a few different things. I like the connection. It's a little bit more connected. Sometimes Lindy Hop can feel a little bit solo without tempo, you know. I like the community.
Yeah.
If you go to a Lindy Hop festival, it's more like the rock star feel. You dance less as a teacher with students. Teachers drink more in the back room by themselves. It's a little bit different feel, you know. But the Balboa community is smaller and it's more intimate, and that's a global thing. All around the world, it's the same. It's a little bit more easier to be a teacher, you know. And the fast music. There's so many good swing music, and sometimes when you go to a Lindy Hop event and you hear I like pie, I like cake, you know. The pride and the swing and the energy, you know, that kind of. So the music, I do like I think Sylvia mentioned that too. Like if you really like swing music, Balboa is a good choice.
Yeah, I agree. In Balboa, I feel like I can dance to almost any tempo, you know, like really, really fast, like 300 BPM, but also can go down to 80 BPM. Yes, it's going to be like slow Balboa, but still will be that connection. Yes, so for me, Balboa and slow Balboa gives such a huge range. And I really love mid-tempo as well. That for some people, they feel like, oh, now this is Lindy Hop time. No! You can still dance Balboa. It's harder, it's challenging because you need to really rhythm it through and to flow through. It's harder to do it to medium tempo, but it's such a great feeling when you can do it. Yes, so you should try to dance more Balboa to all different tempos.
And mixed event can be so amazing too when you have everything. Like Swing Paradise in Lithuania, it's a good festival because it has you dance all the dances.
It's Balboa, Shag, Collegiate Shag, and St. Louis Shag primarily, but of course people dance a little bit of Lindy Hop. Yeah.
So you can dance you dance with amazing Lindy Hop followers. So you can do Balboa. They move differently, you know. And that's fun. It's cool.
So talking about the tempo, what do you think makes a good Balboa music? What feeling or what character that make a good Balboa music, or Balboa social or competition music?
The tempo?
No, not only the tempo.
The character of the music.
Yeah. Some can be Charleston-y, and then you want to do Charleston, not Balboa, right?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when if you hear a Django style jazz music, it has sometimes a very strong 1, 2, 2, a little bit of that. I'm not so fond of that. I want to have the drive.
Consistent.
And it has that. I like that. I also like when it's how shall I say, it has this shuffling. I like that sometimes. It has that shuffle rhythm in it. So, but it should be swing. Swing, not so much Django style, not for me.
But I remember when you DJ on Friday, right? You did, and there was some music like bebop kind of music. You DJed.
I added some bebop into it.
So you are feeling it's still the feeling you're talking about.
So
about Balboa.
Some of the bebop, if you take it too far, it becomes too. It feels like too random. It doesn't have. But some of it is just so interesting rhythmically. So that's inspiring, you know. And I like dancing to blues too. Like I played a few of those too, a little bit more bluesy things. As long as it has a good vibe into it, I like how the dance changes a little bit when you do that. So I'm pretty open, but also particular. If it's like you said, too early swing or too short.
Or ragtime or Charleston or Menusia. You wouldn't do it at a competition dance floor, right? To play so much with bebop or
If I would
if you were DJ.
When it comes to competition, it's important that the songs have the same quality. If you do spotlights, they need to be the same. I wouldn't play one swing song from 38 and one bebop song from 1960. I wouldn't do that. It needs to be the same character. So it's equal for the competitors. That's important.
Yeah.
And you also have some of the songs with the live version of the songs, right?
I feel like in this group, the live version, the speaker was pretty good, actually. It sounded well. But the same thing there. If you play one live music, live band, and one old, in a competition floor, there might be a little bit unequal. So it's good to have the same character. But I like the new stuff. There's a lot of good bands. Yeah.
西蒙下一个问题。
There's a lot of good music played here. DJs here are amazing.
DJ here, you mean?
Yeah.
He's looking at you, Michael.
Normally we don't ask this question, but this time maybe you can give some comments about the DJ on this event.
Like he says that he likes the DJ music.
Yeah.
He likes the DJ music here.
Okay, really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Only good.
I think, I have no. It was really good DJ. I think for me, I personally also enjoy more instrumental music over. But I'm fine with one and then vocal.
It's beyond your expectation, right? The DJ.
Oh, you want to hear it? It's so amazing. So good DJ. So good DJ.
Some of them are singing here. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, and as we all know that you dance a lot in Europe and in US, and also you teach and compete. So we want to know what is the difference between the Europe and the US, the Balboa scene.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah. We talked about this a few times.
yeah, I mean, because the dance originated in the US, and I think there is a lot of ambition in the US, and then people really love competing. I think here as well, in Asia, in Korea, I don't know, maybe China, people really like to achieve things, yes, to show their progress. In Europe, sometimes the focus is more on just, I want to just social dance and have fun. It could be. It depends on the festival, but I feel like in US people are a little bit more goal-oriented, and then the scene, that's why they have more competitions, more divisions, yes, and people just generally really like, climb this ladder. In Europe, we teach a lot in Europe, right? And then there's a lot of just even festivals with zero competitions. And sometimes they don't even want to watch us dancing. They don't want to watch us doing demos because they just want to dance themselves. It's as easy as it is, right? And we can understand that people want to have fun. People want to come together and then enjoy themselves, right? So I feel like in Europe there is more focus on just have fun on social dance floor, yes? Of course, there are some events where there are competitions and people really, come there and they try to, achieve something.
So also the festivals as such are a little bit more good location, good food, that's important. The cultural experience is important. In the US, more hotel events. Hotel, convenience, so it's different. It's less cozy. Less, but our friends in Stockholm, they're like, I want to go to Alicante, sunny in Spain, beautiful weather,
I'm gonna eat good food.
Yeah, that's important.
Swim in the sea and dance a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like other priorities. Competition, that is important. The music is important, and the floor. So that's a difference. I can also see that when you compare US, it's America and Canada, North America. It's a little bit less. How should I say? It's one country. US is one country, right? But in Europe, you have many, many countries, and you have many small cities, and they have different styles. So it's a little bit more of a melting pot in Europe. You have and you have more teachers, a lot of local classes. So the dancers in Europe, they look a little bit more different.
Diversity, more diverse,
More diversity. And a little bit more focus on social dance feel. It should feel good. Whereas in the US, it needs to look a little bit more like, it's important how it looks and that it's reflecting back to the past a little bit more. So generally, the basic is cleaner in the US. The dancer have a little bit more cleaner basic than in Europe. But sometimes European dancers look more happy.
I don't know.
So I think if you will have the US still have better dancers. The top level is higher.
Generally speaking,
But the events in Europe are more and cozier. So go to Europe and go to the US too, but go to Europe.
Go to both and you can compare yourselves. Yeah, you can compare yourselves. But they're both great for different reasons. Yes, different reasons. Yeah.
And I have a question about ocean. What makes you create ocean?
During the pandemic.
Ocean.
When you can't dance with a partner, you have to do something, right? So we did a lot of solo Balboa classes online, and the Balsham was just another way of doing it. And I was thinking, okay, let's try to do this. Nice, easy routine for like any level you can do. And I made it for free. So you can donate to the Frankie Foundation for it, because I didn't create the Shimsha, right? I just try to have a new take on it. So the Balsham was with a little bit of a little bit funny, but just a way of practicing movement for you in Balboa in a routine, easy routine. That was the idea.
So we used to do a lot of solo practice in Balboa.
We do some. Yeah, I have the I Solo Balboa project that some of you might know about.
Yes.
So, and actually it all started with me practicing solo. I really wanted to figure out how to do shuffles better, how to improve my triples, how to do slides. And then I started practicing by myself. Actually I was having a partner, and I traveled so much and we couldn't practice like couple dancing. So we decided we'd practice solo, and then we would film and then we would exchange these videos. And then we would, take inspiration and comment on each other's ideas. And then we did it in a secret Facebook group. So we were posting these videos of solo practicing. And once I posted it openly, not in a secret group, but openly, so people saw that I'm practicing something solo. I'm like, oops, okay. And then I was asked to do a taster because people thought I was doing something interesting and people wanted to learn, and then this is how I started teaching solo Balboa. So it's not a dance, right? It's just different practices, how you train specific elements in, yes. And then I started doing regular classes back in Moscow. So I did it for a year maybe, or a little bit longer. So regular solo Balboa classes, both for leaders and follows. We would just come together and practice, and I came up with ideas, yeah. And then I started the online project as well, because I moved to Sweden, and then people wanted to learn, and they asked me, can you do it online, because we still want to keep learning. And that's how it migrated from offline to online. Yeah. And I think this is, yeah. I practiced more solo back then when I was developing the system. Yeah, so creating and structuring ideas and trying to think about how to break down and what would be the best way to connect things together. Now, I not so much, but still. What about you?
I'm curious, do you aware of how many of the subscribers of your channel, Solo Balboa, are from China?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm not sure how many. I know there are some of you who are taking
现场我们有多少人是在学Solo Balboa?
Cool, nice. Oh no, leaders, yes. No, I have quite a lot, in general. I think I don't remember now, more than 600 people, all in all, like how many new people tried it, and then there were people from China, yes, for sure. Yes. When you have a private with me, remind me, if you have an Solo Balboa, the private is included, so I don't charge you. Right. Okay. It's half an hour. It's half an hour in 12 months, yes, but also half an hour of, like a Zoom call as well. Yeah. What about you? Do you practice solo?
With the table.
I mean, every dancer that started to dance, Lindy Hop Balboa, you practice solo at some point, right? And if you dance it, it's solo jazz. You can do solo jazz with touching Balboa, We work on the movements that we do, and it's solo jazz. So when you put it more like a practice, you can say it's solo Balboa. But solo Balboa, like you said, it's not a dance in itself. It's a practice. Okay? But solo jazz is great. Learn your own, get to know your body, work on rhythm.
Just any solo exercises, the one that you do to your body, gives you more chances to feel what's it like in your body, to find a better, more comfortable, more efficient way of moving.
Or tap dance. Any tap dancers in here?
Tap dancers, Kyle, I know you tap.
Misha.
Tap is also great for like rhythm work. It's like hardly any Lindy Hop in Stockholm that doesn't do tap. It's like
it's a must to develop the sense of rhythm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also learned some. I feel like it's really difficult to do the tap dance. Yeah. Okay. So I think we don't have a lot of time. So let's go straight to the Q&A session.
Q&A session, yes.
Marvin.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, I have a question to both of you. As a competitor myself, the most reoccurring theme, you know, watching you guys is your triumph in basically every single competition that you guys go to. And I want to hear a little bit more about your mental and your physical approach when you guys are doing competitions.
Are we prepared?
Mentally, physically, any way that you like it. Yeah.
We're very different.
Yeah, we are.
You can start.
I mean, well, first of all, not every competition we entered, we won, right?
Here, we won it. Yeah. It was very hard to beat Yulia and Sasha, the little Russians. Yes, the little Russians they're so good. They're so good in dribble, so synchronized. Yeah, I'm much of a social dancer, and I learned most of my things through social dancing and through dancing with as many people as I can. And you really need the practice, practice as much with as many people as possible. So Andreas, for example, trains not only with me, he trains with Jennifer, with Gio, with Netta, still, with everybody he can grab his hands on, you know. Anybody he can grab, he practices. For me, it's important just to get exposed to social dancing and to as many different leads as possible. Yeah, but what about mentally? Rituals help. Like, you need to figure out what puts you in the best mood, you know, like the most relaxing and the most carefree and fun mode, you know. And it can be like, I don't know, you have to figure out yourself what exactly you need to do to feel this way, relaxed and easygoing and fun. For example, for me, I sometimes can go just and do one non-swing crazy dance in front of the mirror and then make faces to myself in the mirror. And then it's literally like takes the pressure off my chest and really relaxes me. And I just think, yeah, it's competition, but it's not a big deal. You're not there to win, you're there to have fun. You want to first and foremost really enjoy and maybe also show this joy to the people so that you can, you know, infect more with the Balboa, you know. So that's how I think, that's how I try to prepare myself mentally. Also, I sometimes look at the videos of myself where I actually like my dancing. And then I'm like, oh, I can dance like this and this and this and this, and I can do it again. You know, just remembering my past moments when I really managed to relax and have fun during competition helps me to relieve the same, or put myself in the same state of mind and emotion, and then have kind of similar fun. But it's okay, you will still be emotional about competitions. We are human beings, we're not robots, you know? So that's fine to feel a little bit shaky, to feel a little bit nervous, it's fine. Yeah? You just need to remind yourself also to enjoy it and why you're doing it. Not because you want to win things, yeah? Because you want to pass this passion to and inspire people with your dancing, right? Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah, I can just add, I agree with the mental preparation. You need to find a routine for that. It is important to do a mental preparation. Be it an exercise, whatever you like to do, you know. But also, like, know your values. What do you want to communicate when you meet? You know, what kind of dancing do you want to present? For me, I like when it has, my strong suit is not, I don't go for trying to be clean, like clean. I try to have an organic feel. I want to be able to create on the spot. I want it to feel social and, you know, that feeling. So it's a balance between putting in, I can have 3 things that are planned. 3. I can manage 3 things, like aerials or stuff like that. But the rest I need to just let go and trust that my body can do it, you know. And I like dancing when it doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to have the feeling of partnership, a little bit risk-taking, improvisation. And when it has that, I think it's beautiful.
好的，那我们下面就最后一个问题，好吧？因为我们时间有限，还有谁有没有想问最后一个问题？简短哈。
好。Okay. I have one question as a beginner dancer at Balboa. So I'm thinking it's more like a language learning. It's a dance, right? It's not like a textbook for language learning. So because it's physical, it's more physical. So I'm thinking about for beginner dancers, we learn from like piece to piece or some really small bits from different persons. From your perspectives, what is more structural, like pyramid, for beginners to build up what they want to consistently grow in their dance? Maybe they're not going to be the professional dancer, but they just want to enjoy it and the fun. But sometimes we feel it's overwhelmed to have so much, like pay attention to the posture, pay attention to the pose, pay attention to the music. It's a lot. Is there priorities of these things to build on? That's my question. Thank you.
I can start. So, yes, I think a good class is a class that all different kind of learners can appreciate. Either you are more somebody that wants to improvise, somebody that really needs to have everything broken down step by step, or somebody that needs to analyze first and think through and then do it, you know. Like some people are very like logical structure. I have a logical structure, I can do it. You know, I know what I should do, you know. So there's different people, you know, and then you also have the visual, the ear, some ear learn by hearing, and you know, so. But when we create a class that feels good, we are checking all those boxes. You know, I like the more improvisational. I can be analytical, but I like to, you know, when it has a good feel in the class and it's improvisational. Olga's really good at like, she was really good at structure, really more. So I think we complement each other well, like that. We pull in different directions sometimes. And I think if you're a teacher and you put all the layers like posture, this and this and this, sometimes you just need to hear them, take them home and practice them. And our job as teachers is to work with the students, but also create an environment where you don't have to be perfect. So you can, okay, yes, it's a lot. I understand it's a lot we're giving you, but, and it's okay to feel like it's a little bit too much because I'm going to work with this now. And I understand that I said all of this, but this is good for me right now. So if we can create an environment as teachers where you feel that I feel safe with this, I don't have to take it all in, you know, because maybe it's enough for you just that part, you know. So it's about balance, finding all students, but it's also about creating an environment that feels comfortable, I think.
Yeah, I would agree on balance. So not to go too much into just details, so many focus of points of attention, but also balance with more improvisation, more fun things, so people can remember why they dance. They don't dance because they want to be technically ideal, you know. They dance in order to have fun. Yes, so just maybe really for the teacher, it's important to pay attention to the students, to the people, to see are they now able to, you know, really dig into, nerd around these details. details, or maybe we should just ease material out a little bit and maybe create more playful class. So I think on the teacher side, you have to be very attentive. Like maybe sometimes you like push them a little bit more into this technical direction, and sometimes you push them more, no, let's go crazy, and it's good too. And that's okay if they are not ideal and start making mistake or if the connection suffers. Yeah, because there are also different people, you know, some, like I said, different scenes in Europe, they want to have more fun. They want to just dance, not to spend so much time on technical details. But other people, they're like, I want all these technical details. And then they can take in Russia, in Asia, in the US, certain scenes, yes. And then they also take privates. I think a great time to really dig into these details is privates. Yes, so, but as a teacher, like I said, repeating one more time, you pay attention, you scan the people. Are they tired? No, they're tired now. I'm not going to give them more technical details. That's just, just social lesson. Change the focus into more, enjoyable part, yeah? Something like this. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Before we wrap up, we will do the very last, it's like a quick answering. I will ask some question, you will just
speed
answering. You answer the one word, no comments,
Just one word.
out of your mind.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. So both of you. When was the first time you in China?
First time in China?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, in Beijing.
2007.
It's archaeological conference. No dancing, no dancing. Archaeology.
Your most favorite Chinese dishes?
Chinese.
Chinese food.
I know.
I really like the soups. Conche soups. Really good. Hot liquid stuff.
Mapo tofu.
Cats or dogs? Cat or dog?
Cats. Cat.
Both.
Coffee or bubble tea?
Tea, but not bubble, just tea.
Coffee. And bubble tea.
Artie Shaw or Brandy Goodnight?
Artie show.
Name one Chinese movie you've seen.
One Chinese movie you've seen.
Uh,
I have no idea. What have we seen? We've seen this, the dragon. We saw that in names, guys, sorry. Something about dragon.
But you have one director that is really, really good, and that also made a Hidden Dragon. What was the name of? Hidden Dragon. But that's not the movie I'm thinking about. It's a movie. It's a drama. It's a love story. Maybe 10 years back, but it's the same director. In the Mood for Love. I love that movie. Is Ang
Your most favorite Balboa old clips? Balboa old clip.
Anything from Bobby McGee's.
That was my old favorite.
So it's not like super old, yeah, but a beach clip. Yeah.
There's no old Balboa clips. You have swing dancing in the old clips.
But there is.
So Bobby McGee's is basically.
I really like 3 little words. 3 little words.
Maria Goldie.
Yeah, Jack Arkin and Mary Goldie. Jack Arkin and Mary Goldie.
This was
3 little words.
a string machine.
So most wanted place to go in China now. For now.
Oh, you've been to Shanghai.
Attractions,
Yes.
not city, attractions. For example.
You want to see those, the little army?
Oh, yeah, Isla Balboa, terracotta army.
Terracotta army?
兵马俑，兵马俑。Okay. The last one.
But we want to see, go everywhere. Shenzhen, Guangzhou, whatever, everything. We're ready to come. Hangzhou.
Okay, the last one. Last question. When will you be in China next time?
We will be in China in the end of November. This year. Yes. We will be in Shanghai teaching here end of November 2023.
Because we go after KBW.
Yeah.
We're teaching at KBW and we're coming back to Shanghai. So hopefully we'll see you. Yes, and we can dance with you. Thank you. So I think then you have like any, okay, maybe one more question. Do you have any advice for the dancers?
I just want to say thank you to all the people for making us feel so incredibly welcome and having such a passion for this dance and for the event organizers, everything you do, we'll see you on. Hello. Thank you so much.